Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, with this Let's Play, we're going to be playing Fallout New Vegas. Now, this was requested by Micah's Let's Play, and let's be honest, I'm just looking for an excuse to replay this amazing game developed by Obsidian Software. They were made up of the original devs from the first two Fallout games, and I was really happy that Bethesda let them come back and make a follow-up game. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and play this modern classic that released in 2010. Yep. Straight up, I blame this game for making me somewhat antisocial these days with how many hours I dumped into it. And I love this intro so much, so I'm just gonna shut up from here on.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Damn, I gotta stop getting into these situations.
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Man, I hate it when I get shot in the head by Matthew Perry from Friends. I mean Benny. Travel pack items added to inventory. Okay, we're starting the game up. It's just adding in all the DLC stuff because I am playing the ultimate version of the game, and we will play through all of the DLC, just not immediately.
You're awake. How about that?
Oh my god, I'm alive! How?
Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now.
Couple days!
Get your bearings.
I will do no such thing as...
How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
My name... Fuck. JK, I actually do have a pretty good name in mind. We'll just cut back to after I put it in. Okay, and we're back. Here's going to be my character's name, Laura Graves. Now, a couple reasons with that. One, we are going to be playing as a whoa man, simply because, I've always been jelly that female characters in RPGs get way more customization options than the dudes most of the time, and we're playing the PS3 version, so if I want to play around with the character creator at all, kind of more incentivized to play as a chick. Two, it really makes very little difference in the Fallout games whether you play as one or another. I think New Vegas is the slight exception to the rule because I don't think the Legion likes women too much, but we'll get over it. And then three, I feel like that's a pretty dope-ass name because I envision all Fallout characters having 1890s style Americanic names. I feel like that just fits the universe and the lore better, so we're gonna go with that. And we'll probably kill a lot of people, so it fits.
You can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
And now we're at the character creator, which I'll see you guys after we've made our character. Okay, and there's our Laura Graves. I'd like to think she looks attractive enough. I did kind of just throw her together in about 15 minutes because the vanilla character creator without mods for Fallout New Vegas honestly ain't that great. If you're gonna play this game now, I recommend playing it on PC where there's shit tons of mods for character creation, so you can make a better, more unique and iconic character but you can still make a decent looking character with the vanilla system there, and I think we've done that. So let's go ahead and start the game.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay.
What do you mean most of it?
Since keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room, over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
You're only saying that because you're losing.
Looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you got back all your faculties.
Alright, let's activate the Vigomatic Vigor Tester. Now this is essentially letting us make our base stats for the game as far as where we're gonna go. Now, because we're playing a female character, I usually do my female builds slightly different than my male builds for RPGs. That being said, it's been quite some time since I've really played a female character in RPG, so this will be a little interesting. So I think we're gonna keep a strength of 3. And then perception, I want that relatively high. Endurance can stay 5. Charisma, we are going to want 8. It will be slightly higher with intelligence. Alright, so that gives us a 3, a 7, a 5, an 8, a 6, and a 4, and a 7. I think we'll take the 8 out of charisma. Alright, so we'll have a 4, a 7, a 5, 7, 6, 4, and a 7. Yeah, I think that'll be pretty good. Yep, there we go.
Standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered in a big one and drop it. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
I guess we can. I don't know if I should be happy or offended by what you said, but sure, we'll sit on your couch. Also, it's kind of creepy. I'm just in my underwear.
All right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Feed. Renovate. Silencer. Treasure. Sleep. Dream. We will go with stab. Inspiration. Damn, human shield is the first option generated for our character. Ooh, buddy, that's a little rough. I feel like our character grew up in orphan, so I feel like we would just go with jeans.
Now, I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
No opinion.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
Agree.
I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
Strongly agree.
Slow to embrace new ideas.
Strongly disagree.
Deal with my problems head on.
Agree.
What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see.
Oh, we're doing a Rorschach test. And the cool thing is all of these are legitimate answers because you can see all this stuff differently. I'm gonna go with a broken chain.
How about this one?
I'm gonna say a ship at sea.
Last one.
You know, I want to say a light in the darkness or the bearded man because I see that better, but because I also see how you could go with that, we are gonna go with mushroom cloud because nuclear explosions and fallout, man.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Alright, so this is pretty much setting us up with specializations in our skills. So, honestly, I think we will keep the science because I feel like that's going to be useful later on. But we're going to get rid of energy weapons and explosives, and we're going to take guns. and speech, because I feel like Laura is going to try to talk her way out of most situations before bullets started flying. But she's skilled if she needs to be. I feel like Liam Neeson in Taken, I have a particular set of skills.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
That is a Graves family honored tradition, sir. How dare you? Okay, and these are essentially different perks. We are able to pick up 2. So we can take 2 or none, built to destroy. The flamer that burns twice as bright burns half as long. All weapons have a +3 chance to critically hit, but equipment condition decays 15% faster. Claustrophobia. You have a fear of enclosed spaces, probably because of the mutants that live there. You gain a +1 to special attributes when outside, but suffer -1 when indoors. Early bird. Early risers enjoy a +2 to each of your special attributes from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., but suffer a -1 from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. when you're not at your best. Fast shot. While using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more quickly, but your shots are 20% less accurate. 4 eyes. While wearing any type of glasses, you have a +1 perception. Without glasses, you have a -1 perception. Good-natured. You're good-natured at heart, but you're more prone to solving your problems with your mind than violence. You gain a +5 to barter, medicine, repair, science, and speech, but have a -5 to energy weapons, explosive guns, melee weapons, and unarmed. Heavy-handed. Your melee and unarmed attacks do more damage, but less critical damage. Hoarder. You gain a +25 pounds to your carrying capacity, but suffer a -1 to all attributes anytime your weight drops below 160 pounds. Hot-blooded. When your health drops below 50%, you gain +10 more damage, but you also suffer a -2 to your agility and perception attributes. Kamikaze. You have a +10 action points, but your reckless nature causes you have a -2 damage threshold. Logan's Loophole. No one's going to put you out to pasture because you're going to stay young and level 30 forever. You'll never again become addicted to chems, and they'll last twice as long, but after 30, you can kiss experience, perks, and skill points goodbye. Loose Cannon. From throwing frag grenades to spears, you can throw weapons 30% faster at the cost of 25% less range. Skilled. You are skilled but not experienced. You gain +5 points to every skill, but suffer a -10% from experience gained from now on. Small frame. Due to your small size, you have a +1 agility, but your limbs are more easily crippled. Trigger discipline. While using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more slowly, but are 20% more accurate. And I always mess this one up, and I hate it. Wild Wasteland. Wild Wasteland unleashes the most bizarre and silly elements of post-apocalyptic America, not for the faint of heart or serious of temperament. So we're obviously going to take Wild Wasteland because that's one of my favorite perks in the entire game. And then because we are going with a gun build, I'm going to take Trigger Discipline. Done.
Alright, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Alright. Follow Doc Mitchell to the exit. I could steal all these caps, but he saved my life, so we won't.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to be now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. It was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
Thanks for patching me up, Doc.
That's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
No promises. So this is asking us if we want to play on hardcore mode, which means radiation affects you more, ammunition has weight, you have to keep up with dehydration and food. It essentially adds a lot more real shenanigans to the game that you have to micromanage, and because I want to enjoy this playthrough, we are not going to play on hardcore mode this playthrough. Later on we might do a hardcore playthrough if you guys want it, but for this first playthrough on the channel, no. Alright, so we're going to wait for all the DLC stuff to load in, and then we will go outside. This is pretty much going to add in all the DLC quest lines because we have the Ultimate Edition, and I feel it's a lot more immersion breaking if we have them all loading in when we first go to the outside world. So just bear with me, and we'll go outside after this rolls. And away we go. Old World Blues. Oh man, this honestly looks about as good as I remember. It's hard to believe this game's 12 years old. And unfortunately, as much as I wanted to wait, the DLC stuff wasn't going to finish loading in. But here it is. Hopefully we get through it soon, but man, this is such a beautiful landscape to start the game on. I just really wish there was a way to turn off all the DLC pop-ups. Oh man, it is honestly a whole world of adventure waiting for us. Alright, the Prospector Saloon. There's Victor. We'll catch up with him later. Let's talk to this fellow here.
Howdy. What can Easy Pete do for you?
Why are you called Easy Pete?
I was a prospector until I decided to settle here to get away from the NCR. Now we'll just take it easy and help out with the Brahmin and Bighorners.
You were a prospector, like digging for gold and silver?
Nah, means I poke through old buildings looking for working tech and such. Some folks just call it salvaging, but never liked the term. Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless. Me, I look for the good stuff. Guns, chems, spare parts. Good money in it.
You ever find anything good?
Had a pretty good claim once, way out east by the river, but got run off by raiders. Eventually got too old to keep going out.
What do you use the Bighorners for?
And hide mostly. Can't put it back on them. You just lay down until you take it off. Can find a bunch of wild ones high up in the hills, but gotta be careful around them. They can put up a decent fight if cornered.
What's wrong with the NCR?
The NCR's got a lot of decent folk in it. It's just that they make you part of them whether you like it or not. Towns like Goodsprings and Prim don't stay independent for long. Not if you've got something the NCR wants. Still, the NCR keeps the Legion away.
Tell me about this Legion.
They're slavers, led by a guy named Caesar, or Caesar. Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of years ago, they tried to take over Hoover Dam, but the NCR beat them back. The NCR didn't or couldn't finish the job, though. The Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round at the dam. My money's still on the NCR winning, but you never know. We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the river, so keep a gun handy. You don't want to get caught by them.
I appreciate that, Pete. What's so important about Hoover Dam?
There's a lot of New Vegas, and then there's all that clean water lying in Lake Mead, too. Anybody who owns the dam owns the territory.
Makes sense. Do you know anything about Victor?
She, harmless, no matter what Trudy says. She thinks it's hiding something, but I think it's just a broken down relic with no place to be.
Interesting. I'd love to talk to Victor sooner rather than later. Do you know anything about the people who attacked me?
They call in the shots. That's as much as I know. Other folks in town might know more. Word of advice, though, if you ever catch up with him, watch out. The man's got cold eyes like a snake. Can't be trusted, I'd say.
Alright, Pete. Well, it's been a lovely conversation. Hope to talk to you later.
Looking around some of the abandoned places around here, like the schoolhouse. Critters move in there sometimes.
Alright. Well, Pete seems like a relatively nice guy. And, right now I think this is a good place to stop.